Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Season 3 of House of the Dragon, Episode 2. Let's get straight into it. We start this episode with Rhaenyra finding out that her son has sadly been killed in battle. It's very sad. I like the scene where they kind of carry him to her castle, I guess, but to her room or throne room or whatever you want to call that room, the war room. Anyway, not the point. It's really tragic. We see Jace get put down on the floor essentially, and Rhaenyra comes in and sees him, and she's just like, "Get up!" like he's not dead. It's really tragic. Like I really feel for Rhaenyra. She has lost so much in this war, like people she actually cares about, whereas Alicent hasn't. Like the Greens, she just hasn't experienced loss like Rhaenyra has. Whereas, yeah, Alicent's just kind of not living it up, but she's made her bed, and I believe that, she deserves karma to some extent. I don't think she deserves to what nearly happens to her in this episode. I think she just, yeah, there's something coming for Alicent. It's some kind of misery, I'm sure. But Rhaenyra, with Jace, and she's crying, and she just doesn't believe that he's dead. And essentially, she's just so full of grief that she just she goes to bed. Like we see her in her bed, and Daemon comes, and Daemon finds out, and yeah, it's really tragic. And he says that you can't let them die for nothing, referring to her children. And so to keep it short, she is like, okay, cool, let's go. And I really liked that her and Daemon get ready to go to King's Landing because they know that Aegon has gone, which I'm like, dumb. Like, why would he go? But I mean, fair enough, he does. And so, yeah, they go to King's Landing. But before that, when they're like about to ride their dragons, I really like the detail of their dragons kind of rubbing up on each other. And no, not in a sexual way. They're just like, their heads are like, they're rubbing, I guess. I don't know. They're affectionate towards each other, which is really weird because Syrax, Syrax, which is Rhaenyra's dragon, is so beautiful. I really like this dragon. Like, it's so pretty. And then we have the ugly one, the Syrax. Is it Caraxes? Sorry. And it's so ugly. Like, it's yeah, whatever. It's gross. But, those dragons are in love just like uncle and niece. So I really like that detail that we're not just seeing these dragons flying or in battle, like we're seeing them interact with each other, which is, you never really see Daenerys do that to an extent. Like, I'm sure you have like moments of it, but this really shows that their bonds aren't just between Rhaenyra and her dragon. It's between all of them that are in that relationship, I guess. It's very, very interesting, very cool to see. And essentially, they go to war. We also get the other three dragon riders go with them. Is it the three of them? Other than the one who's on Sea Smoke. And they fly to King's Landing, and Alicent throughout this whole episode is like telling everyone the plan. She's really desperate just for this plan to work. And it works. Rhaenyra comes and she gets up her dragon, and I really like that she goes with a sword. Even though she kind of looks out of place, which is, I guess, the point, but not out of place in the sense that she shouldn't be there, but in the sense that she's not a man in this world. So she doesn't know how to carry herself like a king, but I kind of like that as well, that she is a queen. She doesn't need to rule like a king, which we will get into. We'll get into it now. She essentially makes her way to the throne room while her husband, who is also her uncle, defends her, and they get to the throne room. And yeah, she seems powerful watching her. There's the tears in her eye. An amazing performance from, I can't remember the actor's name. Not an actress. She's they, them, I believe. Correct me in the comments. I don't mean to be rude, but yeah, correct me in the comments. So Rhaenyra goes to the throne room, and Daemon goes down to the dungeons to let all the nobles out that have been captured by Team Green, essentially. We know that there's someone down there that we as the audience don't know yet. But of course, it's Otto Hightower, which I hate this character. He's the reason this whole thing started. He's just, gross. So to see him, like, we hear Daemon's laugh about the whole situation, which I really, really like. Because it's like, I was like, who is it? And at first I thought it was Rhaenyra's ex-man, what's his name? the strong brother, but I remembered he did die in the fire, but I was just like, is it him? I don't know why I thought that. But we see it's Otto, and Rhaenyra doesn't want to kill him because I don't know, but she needs to, essentially. She really does need to show that she is powerful, and that the realm has to see her act like a ruler, but not just any ruler, a king in a sense, or a male. So this woman has to, yeah, just be like a man essentially in terms of how they rule, which I feel like is going to cause problems down the line. I think she's going to do it and they're all going to see her as cruel because she's a woman doing these kind of things. Whereas a man, it's like a normal thing. And we see that when we see Rhaenyra kill Otto. He's like, oh, make sure it's quick. And she, she doesn't know how to do it. But she does one chop, gets the back of the neck, or back even. And then she does get the head in a second, which I thought that was like, I thought she was going to be hacking at him, to be fair. So it was quite good that she did that. And I really liked and I appreciated that she wasn't there just hacking. I feel like they made the point by her missing the neck the first time, you know? And so we then get Damon do it as well. And he chops the other guy. I think it was the guy who tried to put himself on Allison, I think. And he's like, tell my wife or something. And then Damon's just like, bye. Which it's putting Rhaenyra and Damon next to each other in those kind of moments. It shows that Damon would have made a good king visually and on paper, like, but Rhaenyra is, it should have always been queen. But is it too late is what I'm thinking. I feel like she's gonna I don't think she's gonna ruin it for herself, but I don't think she's gonna come across the way that she wants to come across. So once Rhaenyra kills Otto, she then walks in his blood, and you see her walking up the Iron Throne, or walking to the Iron Throne, in the reflection of the blood, which I thought was a brilliant shot. And it's just, yeah, and then the footprints, like, on the way to the throne was really cool. But she does sit on the Iron Throne, which I always thought Cersei was the first female to be on the throne. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, don't tell me too much about this story, but if Rhaenyra does get on the throne at this point, like, if this happens in the books, tell me, but that's it, you know? I don't want too many spoilers, because I feel like I know more than I should anyway. I like how Rhaenyra gets on the throne, and then she kind of, like, fixes her posture, because the entire time she's, like, there at King's Landing, she's kind of hunched over, she's crying a lot of the time. But I like that. I think it makes her seem really strong because she's showing this emotion. It's so deep within her that she has to let it out, and that's how she deals with a lot of things. Like, yes, she's an emotional person, but I don't think that makes her weak necessarily. So Rhaenyra is a very fascinating character. It's one of those, when I see her with a sword, I'm like, I really want her to, like, be a badass with a sword and blah blah blah. But that's not the story. That's not who Rhaenyra is in that sense. I feel like they could have prepared her a lot for it in that kind of world of fighting, but they never did, and that's the men's fault, and that's her dad's fault for not raising her like a king. I guess that's also the point. She is a queen, and that her rule will be different. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like when she was younger, she would have been great at fighting. Like, not great if they trained her younger, she would have been amazing. But it's too late for that. But I guess that's why she has the people do it for her. But even then, everyone just undermines her all the time, including her own son. So, yeah, what are you going to do? On the other hand, we have Corlys and his children. I really liked that he gives Adam a name, or he's going to. And Adam, that's all Adam needs. I think, is it Adam? The bald one. And I really liked that. It was cool. I like this family dynamic, to see them all together. You've always seen them quite separated and not interact with each other. And then we have his granddaughter, the one who rode the mood dancer. I think her and the bald, I guess it's her uncle. Is it? I don't know. I'm confused at this point. But they're related. I think those two are going to get together just for name purposes and all that. And then the one with the dragon as well. He's cool. He was looking for his dad as well, and he found him. So it's cool. Nothing too exciting, but I'm glad that they've got their dynamic and relationship kind of building more. So I feel like they will play more of a role going forward. We also have Aegon? No. Is it Aegon, the one who's all crusty and burnt? He is with the strong cripple guy. Can I say cripple? That's what they refer to him in the show anyway. It's yeah, I can't really remember what's going on there. They're on the way to somewhere. I don't know. Very cool. But Aemond, we see Aemond flying throughout the episode to Harrenhal. Just trying to remember all these names, guys. And once he gets there, he starts burning it down. He kills one of the people who are on Rhaenyra's side, who Daemon was talking to. Don't remember his name. But essentially, Aemond gets stabbed and he's actually really hurt. But who's there? That witch. And I'm thinking, I know what happens to Daemon and Aemon, right? I think it's, I mean, if you don't want to know, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's pretty clear in my eyes. But that's probably because I know. But the show is really like heavily alluding to it. So, okay, that's going to happen. If not this season, next season. Cool. That whole thing that I think is going to happen to those two is going to happen. I'm like, why are we foreshadowing it so heavily? Because I feel like this witch is going to do what she did to Daemon, to Aemon, where like maybe not the whole series, but a few episodes is going to be with her, and what that's going to mean. I don't know. I don't know why this is so important, but because I already see them fighting each other in the future, like I do. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I know what happens, but be careful of spoilers for other people in the comments. But yeah, I'm not that interested in Aemon or Daemon. I think this season has to bring them back to me, because I think the first season I really liked both of them, but in the second season I was just like, whatever, I'm done. But I believe that's everything. I mean, let me know. Oh, Alicent nearly got touched up and stuff, which I hated. I was so glad that didn't happen, because we don't need that. And yeah, she's getting off very lucky this entire season. Well, all season she gets off very, very lucky. I'm not saying anything like she doesn't. No one needs to touch her or in that way, but she needs some kind of karma. I think she needs to lose. I think she needs to lose her daughter. Like, I think that's what's going to happen. I think her daughter has to die in order for Alicent to then be like, okay, I'm losing something. Because I don't think her dad is enough. I really don't. I don't think she's really going to care much. Well, she might, but yeah, like, he would care about Otto. He's gross. He's a loser. He's whatever. But so far, I'm really enjoying this season. It's only 2 episodes in. I feel like we're back to the Game of Thrones feeling. Obviously, Night of the Seven Kingdoms was another one where I was like, this is amazing. So it's nice to feel back in that world. And there's twists, there's turns, there's drama, there's family drama, there's incestuous relationships, like everything that I want, clearly. But yeah, so far I'm loving it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps the channel. I want you guys to all communicate with me and let me know what you think. Also, check out my other videos, such as Interview the Vampire Lestat. Check out my Patreon. I'm filming lots of content for it now. So by the summer, I'll be posting regularly, but there's a lot on there now to have a look at. So don't forget to do that if you're interested. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.